Ooh wee. Alright, that be set up. Okay. That's a fairly good deal, I think. Let's see. This review the chart. Memoriam, 3K to $1. Keys, 4K to $1. That's a good deal. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that. Check the store. 22. I believe it's 20 to 1 for a silver. So let's see, that's 11. Good deal. $14 for a Sam Jock. 18 for a Ravager paint. Yeah. Event. Okay. Lips for 9. 9. Strong $7. Let's see that real quick. I think I need that one. I need most. I need some chips. Yeah, I think I still need the Haringa. But I'm not trying to complete just yet, so... Oh, dear. That seems like a good deal. Buy a token, get a free doohickey. I got it twice, but this one you gotta buy the token and one of the special pad things. I like that pretty good token deal. That one's actually pretty good. So I got 4 tokens. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Knock out the PvE. And collect up that silver stuff. Oh, not you again. armadillo. Alright, so we got this set up. Let's go ahead and knock out some 100 rounds. Hey, what's up, my brother? How you doing, boss? Yeah, I didn't see anybody on except for one guy, and I know I did notice Adrian's little thumbnail, so I guess they're gonna do another Unity thing or something. I guess I kind of should have read it better, but I didn't. I'm glad you're doing well, man. You are the bee's knees, by the way, man. I don't know what's up with my notifications, but they've been all sorts of messed up, so that's why I've been missing you. And I try to reach out and hit everybody up and show everybody love, just like I've seen you do, man. And freaking good. Yeah, but the weapons, they have a good value as well, especially when it comes to like the Dom board. I think it's like if you save up 120 weapons, you can level them up to 4 or something like that. A lot of people will do it via gold and silver, and I just learned a long time ago it just makes better sense to grind it out, but that's because I'm more of a frugal player. Normally I don't invest highly into the game and a lot of that. But yeah, so even if it's a garbage weapon, hang on to it. I also do the same with bots. I try to hold on to them, but when I get like 5 of a kind, I'm not really super worried about, and because how many instances do you need and how hard are they to get a hold of? Like right now there's one robot I'm missing from my collection. That's the Eldritch Ares, and I haven't seen that thing in the store at all. Well, I would agree, but I'm kind of locked into this one. Um, because I don't have a lot of funds to reset and restart and start over somewhere else. So I'm kind of locked in. But I'm a freaking walking encyclopedia when it comes to this game, so you'll find I'll be dropping in like teaching YouTubers, like for instance, the other day Danny was trying to use the bull drone with Ochikochi and the oh, I've got a laptop, but I don't know how to turn it on, man. So I need somebody to help me out to get the LG player and learn how to freaking download YouTube and all that. I've got the laptop. I just need a handhold just to get me going. I used to play on computers long way back, but it's been, it's been a decade or so. So, and I used to do a lot of downloading. I did a lot of torrents and stuff like that. So the FCC, I think, kind of like fried my other computer. Right. Well, I could do, I'm with you. I know there's a lot of different ways to do it. With me being Android, I thought LD was one of the better ones. And I've also been thinking about possibly getting the like an Xbox remote or something like that. That way I could Bluetooth a remote. But I'm one of the few people who actually play this mobile game as a mobile player. So I kind of see that as like a little badge of honor, kind of like the free to play. But it's like, who's really paying out for the badge of honor for a free to play? Controllers are bad. Okay, so stick with the WASD, the keyboard control. Roger. Yeah, I'll have to learn that, but that won't be anything new to me. I was a little bit ahead of my time when I was in high school. I made sure to take a keyboarding class, even though most anybody who took that was really a female trying to be a um, secretary. But I knew getting it. Oh man, I got my ass beat by my dad because I told him I wanted to take a keyboarding class. He thought I wanted to take a keyboard 2 class. He thought I was gonna freaking bring a freaking Casio freaking. I don't know what he was thinking. But that's. Yep, that's the story of my life. Come on, guys. You're all on the wrong side of the map. But yeah, I've got it. A laptop that should be fairly decent enough to use. I had one previously that was an absolute dinosaur. And that one was going to be really confusing for me to pick up because that was reformatted from Windows 7, I think, to work on Linux. And I'm not familiar with the Linux system. So that would have really been like, basically like starting over and learning a new game. It's like, can I do it? Yes. Will it overcomplicate things? And I figured it would. So I ended up using that one. I set it up for offline storage, where I made sure it didn't have access to the internet or anything like that. But that's where I put all my passwords and account details that I don't want to go viral just in case. But it has become very useful at times because I remember when I went out to California and my phone died. So I'm way out in California and my phone just completely stopped working. So I ended up pretty much having to get a brand new phone. But then I needed to get access to my Google and all that fun stuff and every single other account I was in. And even right now, we used to be able to swap between accounts by going to this change. You don't even have the option anymore. But I've got 4 accounts set up with the Google, but I just can't access them. So all my baby accounts, those things are kind of toast. And the way I set it up was I was trying to farm players. So I was trying to collect people from low leagues, teach them the fundamentals of the game and how to do the upgrades and, you know, the basic stuff that doesn't really come in an instruction manual for this game. So once I got them to that point, I would, you know, and honestly, if you have a clan, if you can get people invited from Recruit League, that's a guaranteed win because they cannot lose cups. So take them up and pass the recruit. They're going to get some bonus. Once they're past the recruit, cut them loose or bring them into a starter clan. But I had different clans in different leagues where I'd be able to get the people learning what to do and then working together and then eventually hopping into squads and, you know, eventually onto comms. My intention, this is I did this way back in the day for joining the tournaments. This is a little durability. Review. Drop as many pilots. Okay. I think I can do the durability one with But, yeah, I don't have access to the other accounts, so I've probably lost the clans I did own and I was working on. But, que sera, sera. Hopefully it went to, you know, I think I left them unlocked where anybody could join. But you know how that goes. And honestly, I also found that baby accounts and secondary accounts will only divert you or your attention from your main. So yeah, it's nice to be able to play with different items, but when you realize and take a look and see that now you're spending 4 or 5 hours. Morning, Spaz. Hey, Spaz, are they doing a funky little get together today? I saw an Adrian thumbnail, and he's got a come wait with me thing set up for 10 a.m. Didn't really read it too much. Probably should get in there and give it a like, but okay. I don't have that. I would have to find it. But yeah, as I said, at this point, I'm like not stressing it in the least. You know, if I put attention towards a baby account, my main would suffer, and I'm a struggler anyway because I'm in a high-end clan, and I rarely invest, so I'm a little bit of fish out of water. Good morning, Abu. Hey, let me hold your breath, boss. I'm gonna get you blue here in just a second when I don't have my fingers tied up. Great to see you, man. Spaz, you're involved with the Unity thing, right? You gotta be a prophetess and all that's in there. I know she's been real busy with work, but I was trying to get the Facebook guys involved. That way, we could possibly get something funky happening. Like, one thing I'm thinking is like a code drop where the code gets dropped in 3 different locations simultaneously, but it's only a partial code, and they would have to visit all 3 to gather each piece. But that's kind of like the intention of the Unity anyway. It's more of a, well, my original intention was an everybody eats type deal. Because I saw a lot of streamers streaming on top of each other, and it's like, wait a second, guys, y'all are fighting over the same cookie. If we come to a gentleman's agreement and decide, hey, I'm going to do this time, you do that time, then we all can pass them around and keep the chatters together. And oh man, it's gold. Must have lost a little bit too much durability. Oh, hey, let's get you blue. Add as moderator. There you go. Now, Abu, you are now blue, my man. I'm trying to handle that. Where all the while I'm still small, it'll create more drama if there's a small mistake. Oh, the code drop? Oh yeah, dude. I know. Even even the Unity, they need to take dry runs at it so we can get through simple things like you have to be a subscriber for so and so long in order to chat. Well, that's great if it's a regular, you know, watch out for yourself stream, but um yeah, the gentleman agreement. Yeah, eventually they fall apart. And Adrian hit the button on the head back when I was basically trying to talk to him about this years ago. And he was like, collaborations are kind of self-defeating. You think that they would work out good for both, but it actually works out where one channel will suffer and the other channel will grow. So a collaboration often falls apart, and then somebody's feeling hurt and uh, like they're not getting the correct, you know. But it originally started off with I wanted to have 24 hours a day for the viewers, for the chatters, places for them to be, no matter what. No matter what, there's always somewhere to be, and you know, things like that. But you know, I see the chatters something like a herd, something like sheep. You want to gather them up, keep them together, make sure they're good, make sure they're healthy. But way back when Manny was trying to offer different games, I was telling him, "Hey, dude, you're really doing something detrimental to your channel. You're dividing your herd, and you're causing a divide. And division is rarely healthy. You know, sometimes, like with cell division, where two becomes one, that changes things. But the way I see it, you know, but hey, just because you have high morals and high ideals doesn't mean everybody else is gonna share with you the same. This thing's actually working pretty good in here. I should get out of it though. I can't remember what else would be good. Well, it's time to roll. Change. Soma, you see the drone here in this setup? I've got lockdown from the weapons and the drone. Um, this has been kind of helpful for anti-vector. So you can freeze them in a place with the EMP and lock them down. Yeah, exactly. You got 4 or 5 guys at one time, and then half an hour later, nobody at all. And we're fighting over the same cookie. Yeah, they're all friends. But if we weren't fighting, if everybody's running, let's say a 2 hour stream, we just timed it out. Even if you had one in the middle, doing on top of each other, but you would have always, you know, a place to be, and that's what I want. I wanted like a safe place. You know, sometimes people want somebody to talk to. What's up, my brother? Pranchett, why the hell aren't you freaking blue? Is this one of your babies? Pranjit, he's got some of the coolest freaking sub accounts. He's got freaking Daybot. If I were to ever buy a freaking account, that would be it. I think you are right on point with that, Mr. Pranjit. So how are you doing this morning? How is the other side of the world? Oh shoot, I'm not even looking to see what I got to do. Titan battle, Titan. Yeah, that would have not worked out. That would have not worked out at all. Oh, those aren't gonna do well. That was a misclick. But as far as my weapons go, like with my Titan weapons, I try to keep at least 4 of each instance. And I'm thinking of expanding to that. Titans, I'm going for at least 1 of each instance. I'll knock the duplicates, because I'm not gonna freaking level up multiple Titans. That's just insane. But I've got to replace my regular Muromits. I sold that right before Aegir dropped that freaking video that showed that the special edition didn't fly high as the regular, and oh, I have so much seller's remorse when it comes to this game, because I ended up selling off a whole mess of weapons and special edition versions, trying to keep like 8 of a kind, or not 8. I think I was doing 4 just to have one set, and then like immediately, and like right here, I'm building the Marquise, and if you're not freaking making advantage of the workshop, you're not doing it right. You know, even garbage weapons like this, I'll have this one in like a week or two. Worst case scenario, it's silver, or as I was saying to Selma earlier, you could upgrade it and just dump it, for doing the leaderboards for, I believe he's Dom. Dom or TDM will have a upgrade this stuff leaderboard. All right, weapons silver, 20k, 200. That means I need 100 of those. I've made 1, so I need 99 red silvers. Let's see how many I've got. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that one for sure. Have picked these up. This one right here, they've got a really good deal. I don't know what your price bracket is. They keep trying to bump me up because I have been spending a little. But this is the good rate right here. The $3. This guy right here. Because it's $3 for a token on normal. So they're basically giving me the $5 pad for free. This one, kind of the same deal. It's giving you this deal, but charging you for 1 additional pad. So it's, and you always go by the D-gems or whatever. And that's how I do it. I just take the item, divide it by the D-gems, and I find the value. That's how I know, like, silver is, let's see, I wrote them all down. I wrote them at the high price, so I know what is good value. Silver is at 20 million to 1. Modules are about 115 to $1. Platinum is about 200 to $1. Memoriam is 3,000. Gold is 4,000. Power cells is 3,200. Keys are 4K, and chips are 13 to 1. So if you're ever going to get chips, what I suggest is down here in this lower right, once a month they normally have a yeah, vectors are, well, the reason, Pranjit, That Titan is more of a squad play because it's got shield breaker and just like the Pathfinder, any support robot, you're going to be looking at it removing high damage output in order to be a support. But and this would be a great anti. This is a great Titan, especially for this right now. Um, I haven't even read it over. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Four-legged. And I do suggest you always read all these things over because these little highlighted words always end up being new effects. Like this hunter effect, that's a brand new effect, and they are ridiculous when it coming. Every increases robot stats until the end of the battle. Okay, cute. All right. So this thing is just a Titan, freaking Pathfinder, four-legged Titan. Designed for high precision. Primary ability track. Titan can track. Okay, I don't know what that means. I guess that's like Pathfinder with a little arrow. Lockdown. Okay, that would be good for knocking out Vector. As well as killer assist, restore portion, and gain hunter effect. Alright, yeah, so you can lock them down. You can track. It's a freaking Titan Pathfinder. Secondary is blind. Titan gets counterblind. And, alright, so you get counterblind. Oh, that's all you get. Okay. Damage bonus, move bonus. And then you get the pilot to consider. Let's see if we can get into the pilot from here. Oh, I'm in the store still. Let's see where their pilot does. So change, training center, my pilots. Oh dear. It's not going to let me. Why won't it let me see the pilot? I should be able to know what I'm going against. But I'm noticing, Soma, I don't know if you have a connection or if anybody in here has a connection to the devs, but I'm noticing some slight little errors in the game. Like, you'll notice I've gone and put all my robots in order. Not many people will go to this extreme, but it does teach me a lot of things. What is a Strix doing down here? Oh yeah, those are not in the right place. Yeah, those guys just need to be moved into hangar. Okay, that's not a problem. All right, but if you notice, when we go from gold robots, which all have gold pilots, and then we move into purple robots, tier 3, they all have purple pilots, which are 1K gold to pick up. Not a huge biggie. Yeah, the inventory should have a search bar, but then you're going to end up in different situations, kind of like when you go to change the pilot. If I select this one and then try to back out, I've got to go all the way back and figure out, like, let's say I wanted this pilot right here, but I had like 8 of them next to each other. You end up not knowing if you did just clear it out or whatever. But when it comes to, oh wow, they did it twice? Nope, you can buy 1,000 pilot for her. All right. But I have noticed. Come on, where are you? Yeah, right here. In the Invader, clearly a tier 3 robot, but only a tier 4 pilot is available. So this pilot is overpriced by 1,500 gold. And I've also noticed if you're a brand new to the game player, all these robots, the tier 1s, not one of them have a pilot dedicated to it. And half of these tier 2s don't have a pilot. So things like the Kumio, no pilot. What else do we have? Oh, there's more than the Kumio. Where's my hover? Oh, what? Alright, I'm lost. Where is my hover? Here's my hover. Hover doesn't have a pilot. Kumio doesn't have a pilot. I'm glad I wrote it down. Oh, Bulgasari. Bulgasari. Where are you, baby? Bulgasari is also areas. Tier 3 robot. No pilot available. So we need a pilot for the Bulgasari, and we need to adjust the price. Well, I say we, but we all know I'm talking about. Oh, I love the Kumio, man. I am not a spender, but I will probably buy the ultimate. Hey, what's good, mailman? Welcome, welcome. And hello, Miss Queen. Good mornings. And if anybody goes live, please let me know. I will definitely pass the mic. Because why would y'all want to hang out with me when, we could support others? I'm all about making sure everybody can get some. But yeah, this is why originally I started off in Facebook. Because, well, Facebook was a lot more involved. They had giveaways on Facebook, and I want to get Facebook back to the good, Let me lock that down. I think there may be, and that's kind of ironic because I was actually on the Unity comms after the 24-hour event. So I hung out with a few of the people that were involved. I won't name names or nothing like that. But I was talking about doing a Sweet 16 where we could have like a Adrian versus Manny showdown towards the end. And, the people would play with Adrian and Manny. And basically it would be like last man out. Whoever's the low man on the totem pole. Or whoever got the least damage or whatever it may be. Nice! Showing up a little skin. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, wait, you're married. My bad. I'm kidding. I know you're a grandma. But hey, grandmas need love too. Can't be discriminatory. But wow. Yeah, I always thought about doing like a full body mask. I want to tell a whole story. But I want it all like blended together. So And I'm weird. I was thinking like doing elements where I had fire on one, ice on the other, and don't know yet. Oh, you don't. You're gonna spend $1,000 and you don't. Yes, you are definitely a War Robots player. If you're gonna spend $1,000, you don't even know what you're gonna get. War Robots, 100%. You are right in the right place. This is the right thing for you. 1K? Me? There is no way I got 1K. I'm like 500 freaking. I'm like almost 800 short from that. Oh, take care, Ubo. You be good, my brother. I'll catch you later, dude. And hey, I'm sorry I kind of like stopped going to Freddy, but I just didn't like that giveaway thing. It's I like to play and tune in and time drop, and I can't do that if I have to type in the freaking chat all the time. Same thing goes with the gambling streams. More power to them if it's working for them. But I'm a chatter. I'll go in there and I'll just freaking show love. Oh, I thought she was gonna spend 1,000 doing freaking a tattoo. Ooh. All right. Well, let's see what I got cooking here. That's kind of an okay setup. About to switch these Macarenas to maybe him, but I'll have to do a stagger fire like I was just doing a minute ago. If not, he's gonna end up having downtime, and downtime ain't no fun. Not especially when you're freaking trying to survive. But I have found the Ochikochi, especially with the jumper module, can be helpful for knocking things off your beacon. Let's go ahead and collect those. What else is super helpful? The Demeter with the. I need to decide which skill to trade. Maybe mechanic. I'll probably go shot grouping with my Corona. Get those bumped up a little bit further. But that's going to be what? 3 tokens each? Yeah. So, with me only having 4 tokens. Well, that's not what I was doing. With me down to 4 tokens. Nah, I gotta hold on to those. Nice. There you go. Queen, that's a really smart thing to do, girl. You've got yourself branded. In a good way. Alright. See, I used to be a completionist. Getting the freaking rock star and got the detective in here. I missed this year's, but I ended up getting ill, so I am trying to stay involved in these things. Yeah, you see, I'm still in the investigations. There are some codes available. These 2 are used up down here at the bottom, but these are kind of okay as far as I know. I don't mind sharing because I'm so small that nobody's going to notice the code's getting shared by me. Plus, we set that up so Beefy would have better access to it to be able to share with his peeps. Yep. What's the buzz, girl? What's the buzz? That's what I would do. Since you're into shorts and stuff, I'd do like a 5-minute review of what's changed over War Robots in the last week or something like that. Hey, this week we just got the freaking new Titan. We got the new Vector. Blah, 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 blah. Welcome to the buzz. And, oh, Queen, you would blow up. I'm currently on an Android. Settings. That's what I'm on right now. That may have also shut off the screen too. No, it didn't. Okay. So yeah, you just got me on a phone number reveal too. Maybe. I don't know. I'll know if my phone starts ringing. That's for damn sure. I had to delete this video, take it down. Hey, Bennick's on. That's it. Hey, Pranjit, why don't you drop a link into Bennick, man? Well, he's not War Robot, so that might not really gel. Well, let me do a quick little assessment real quick. See if anybody's online, because it's right at 8 in the morning. And this is exactly why I try to subscribe to everybody. So I can just look through real quick and see if anyone's on. I got a G-Tech. I think he's foreign though. And I support him, but, you know, he'd be a small guy. I need to grow mine, and, you know, y'all know me already. Alright, so, yeah. Let's go ahead and check out today's missions. That one's not necessary. I always recommend doing these bottom two down here. Those are the only ones I really see important on this screen. On the daily, get your daily done every day. That's highly important. This is good for your clan. But you can also hop over here to the store. And, here, let me see. Again. I don't know why it's always giving me an issue. And then it locks right here. I just want to go get my dailies. Auto creator base. Yeah, for some reason the store's jacked up. It won't let me into the store with ease. Nice. And that's freaking ironic because Burrs doesn't really pay good attention to his chat. I was up in his show a couple different times, and oh, I'm trying to say hey to him, but you know, I know he's a busy dude, but I'm not trying to do takeovers. Burrs is a good cat, man. I kind of did distance myself from Burrs because I had heard things that um I things that I might not want to associate with regarding other players, not necessarily Burrs himself, but under the Burrs logo. And I used to have a clanmate that came from Burrs, and I liked what Burrs does for his clan. How whoever the top cup producer is, they reward them and stuff like that. You know, Burrs is real good about taking care of his people. So that I respect. But even that former clanmate, I saw them doing some shady things and shady things since. And I have to be very careful about my image. So I got to be careful on where I go and who sees me where. So like when Billy starts going crazy, I just slowly fade out of there. And same thing with Tank. If Tank starts going off with the language, I'm like, oh, dude, I love you, but we got to keep this, you know. But what the heck? We're in trouble. You'll see that thing go under the map. What's his name? Alright, let's get the other guy's names. EST. Alright. Okay, vector down. Cost me 2 bots, but I think it was worth it. Let's see what we can do to them. Come on, get out from behind that wall. You don't need to shoot me either. I hit the button. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh yeah, I like them as people, and they're right up my slightly twisted humor type. Where are you, buddy? Of course. And yes, I can drive backwards just as well. Oh no. Hmm. 9 a.m. You must be Central. I've got Adrian starting at here at 10 a.m. Eastern. I don't know if he's the start of it though. But yeah, if the creative thing has started, 9 a.m. Mailman, if you got a who's starting it off? If you can grab their link, let's drop their link and migrate over. Because we got 7 heads in here now. Let me go check the links. Oh, it's 8 now. Okay. Predator. Okay. Oh, I've got a guy in Korea, and I can't remember him. Looks like he's right. Yeah, he doesn't talk. That's what it was. All right. Oh no, that was terrible, dude. Well, it wasn't so bad. But I showed you one of the advantages of this little setup. Y'all saw me kill a vector with this build right here, and he did some work on it too. So he knocked the vector back and duck on, white out with a lockdown and a little bit of CYA. If you review the last battle, this is a anti-vector build right here with the whiteout and the Corona. This one kind of okay, but mostly for the knockback. I use this one to clear ammets and set off beacons, because I go for the old school, you know, hit them hard, don't let them recover. But apparently the new way to play is let them come, let them come, let them come. Oh, they've come enough, and now we're going to push them off the map. So you bleed them out, and but yes sir, yes sir. And duck on. The reason I was freaked out, dude, is this right here. I'm out of freaking drone chips. I've got a Webby, and I know this thing has 15% heal. Gives you more speed, but I wasn't sure. And it moves at 58. So with a Webby, come on, where are you? You should be here. All right. With a Webby, you've got the built-in, you got the highest damage other than Delta Hokey. Movement speed when you're above 50, and as you can see, the robot itself does 58. Let's see, when it's equal to or greater to 55, the drone gives slowdown. So you're giving slowdown, and you're getting rust if not this guy. But this guy. You got defense mitigation. The same thing happens on Peregrine Rain for the Hawk. If you do Peregrine Rain for the Hawk, you get defense mitigation for the Scald weapons. Sam tried to tell me that the new Scald weapons have defense mitigation built in. And I'm like, no, sir. They do not. They do not at all. I do not see any type of defense mitigation symbol, which would be a shield with an X through it. Oh, I'd love to be able to tell friggin', but I don't have the editing skills to make a freaking pretty video like y'all do. I need to get, that's exactly where I need to get. I've got the computer. I just need to get the programs. Come on, close this. No. I just need to get the programs. Ooh, nice. New robot data platter. I think that makes 3 of them for me. Yep, 3 of them. And those are like 5 bones a pop. Those were like 8. And I can't remember what I was talking about. But I know that's a high risk, high reward build. But I'm looking at changing over to these bad boys right here. And that's going to make it even a more risky build. Oh, yes, Mr. Noons. Duckon has been showing me love for quite a while. This is why I'm almost a stalker for Duckon. Duckon and Beefy are some of the most entertaining YouTubers. And Manny was kind of entertaining, but he took the entertainment and kind of like, bleh. With all the freakouts. That's why my original idea was to do a little skit with Manny. Have him freak out and make it look like he got a visit by a couple of the YouTubers. Put him in a bag, and just like the Unity thing I'm talking about, pass Manny from stream to stream to stream, where you could learn different morals. It's like, hey, it's a game. You're gonna have hackers. Don't freak out so bad. Don't freak out. Oh, this is it. Just take it calm, take it cool. Heck, I think I really got in trouble one time when I was kind of trolling Manny. Because that's what I was, man. I was on Facebook and I was a absolute troll. I was a rage baiter. I wanted, even if you look at my very first video for War Robots, which is a test server video, I think back when the Devastators came out, way back when. Those were the sonic weapons. I was actually one of the first to get one. And that's what I did with it. Come on, show me the picture. No, I don't want War Robots News. I want my... Where's the freaking... It's not letting me pull the picture. Well, that's a shootsie with a Devastator on it. Hard to see, but I won one of those early out, and the very first battle I put it on was a shootsie, and it did good. I was like, what the duck? Why is the shootsie freaking murking? And it wasn't even a level shootsie. All my tier 1s are freaking like MK, ready to go MK1. But Duck, we got a couple problems with the robots that I've noticed. Since you're here, you might be able to bring this up to them. If you go to the Invader, it's clearly a tier 3 robot, but it only offers a tier 4 pilot. You can't buy a tier 3, and this is 1,500 more gold than for a tier 3 pilot. In addition, all of the tier 3 robots should also have a pilot, and that just does not seem to be the case. Most of them do. Let's see. The Bulgasari is not applicable, as I had put it. So even though it's a cool robot, the only pilot available for it is the ultimate. So this one needs 1,000 gold pilot. And I'm not going to complain that these tier 1s don't have a pilot, because if you're tier 1 and playing, you shouldn't really have access to pilots at that point. I think you get them at level 23. Pathfinder is underrated, and it is a great anti-vector pilot. And in fact, my Pathfinder is pretty much my strongest robot, because it's the only one I've got with a paint job. I need to enhance him, but that would be all my tokens. Oh yeah, in fact, that's what I'm building right now. I'm building my 4th Vortex. Vortex actually might go well on this, but mine are not to level. I'm trying to think of what weapon would be good to take out a I ain't got but one of those. I ain't got but one, and it's not high enough level to bring into the play yet. So I just don't know what weapons to go with to take out the Vector, because the dampers tickles. The shatters are normally what I use on it, but I would rather have something like the chonies that shoot over cover, or the disciplines. That way I can remain in cover. But have not found a good weapon setup for it.
We were practicing yesterday, but not as strong. You can. Oh, what?
I believe Duckon also asked about that. He asked a demonstration about how to do the I don't know what he called it. Oh yeah. I was shocked that they didn't make Manny a freaking Vortex freaking pilot. Or give him a freaking module expert skill. It gave him a freaking overdrive skill, which is freaking hilarious. Not even halfway decent till it's halfway dead, and then you're toast. Maybe if you have a good freaking last stand. But I don't know. I've never really liked Manny as far as a in-game pilot. It's just too much risk versus reward as soon as I start getting lit up. But I never have the right pilots anyway. You know, I would much rather have her in the seat, but ain't got the memoriam to fix her. I got some coin. I just, you know. Yeah, Duckon. I want a freaking campaign for Duckon to get one, but I'm trying to think of, because if you look at the pilots, you know, if you look at Adrian, all Adrian is a master gunsmith. So he allows you to be master gunsmith 2 times. Adrian or Manny is whatever. He's gonna hook up a shotgun. She's gonna be locked down, and 8% when they're locked down. Good if there's a lot of lockdown happening, which might be right now. Then you got the DOT pilot. You got Trixie. She is the not quartermaster. She is the module expert, but especially for healing. So I think what they really need is a Roadhog pilot. They need a guidance operator pilot. You know, there are many pilots that they can expand into. And those pilots, think about it. If they just staggered their releases and, you know, released, okay, robot this event, next event's going to be Titan. Okay, following event, ooh, supercalifragic pilot. That works on everything. That way you can kind of reset it and give everybody an opportunity to run whatever they want. And then, oh, no. Okay, I see y'all are doing lockdown. So what we're going to do is blah, blah, blah. Now everything is going to lean towards helping out suppression. This guy right here is really good for the UE Hawk if you have the Scald weapons. I figure either him or Adrian. Adrian still prefers Kyle Rogers. And if you do get an Adrian and drop it into a Hawk, I suggest you don't. Alright, see, this is what I'm talking about. And they should have Adrians available for sale too. It's just not cool that only the previous players have access to like Adrians, unless you got coin. You know, them being $2 a pop, not really devastating, but Still kind of hurtful. Still kind of hurtful. Because you're putting it behind a paywall. Hey, what's up, Ford World? Welcome, welcome. Get a little sip of something so I don't dry out my throat. Let me go ahead and set up Pathfinder 2. Start working some type of build on him. Alright. Not worthy, not worthy, not worthy. Not worthy, not worthy, not worthy, not worthy. Not really worthy. And I need to get some of these desperate stuffs. Because the desperate complements the scales drone. I went and leveled up the scales drone and I didn't quite realize that only half the skills are working for me because I don't have slowdown. Oh, it's going to be good for you. See, I don't got anything that really jumps out at me and says, pick me. The only thing I can think of is these guys right here. These guys have decent range. They've got slowdown. And they've got decent impact. And you got to be a little bit more precise with the aiming. But once you get the hang of it, 80. Yeah, but I don't know. 80, he pulled some things that I found were quite despicable. And as a creator, I would not support what happened there. I will not go into any of that. But, yeah. There was rumor that this pilot right here, especially since he has the AD right here, looks quite familiar, glasses and all. There was a rumor that he was supposed to have more maps would be nice. They've actually had quite a few maps. I remember one that had some weird platforms and stuff, and there was this weird wading pool or a lake. The lake was purple. I want to say this was back when Fafnir was new. They had a skirmish. And if you waded in the lake, you actually froze. So the lake had an effect as well, which was quite awesome. I like having intuitive things like that. But that's what it is, Ford. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you drive your car and you don't look out the front windshield, you only look out the rear view mirror, you're going to end up running into a tree because you're not paying attention. You know? Yeah, you would have had that weapon, but you were supporting other people. So you have to understand that, you know, you were helping someone else, and that kind of stuff happens. You know, I know you weren't trying to miss out. But yeah, dude, if you live life trying to drive only looking at what happened yesterday, you're gonna mess up tomorrow. So the best thing to do is remember the incident occurred. Yeah. Well, see, this is like kind of like tournament strategy. I don't care about finishing the game. I want to get my honor points in and I want to get out as quick as possible. I want to do my work and get paid and go home. But I've messed myself out of jobs like that before too. I've taken a 9-hour shift and turned it into a 4-hour tour, and they loved the work, but I was using power tools and stuff, and they didn't pay me adequately. Even though I cut their expenses down by over a half, my pay didn't go up at all. I lost money by helping out. But I learned little tricks. I was using pressure washers and stuff like that to clean the floors. Can you get out of my way so I can get on the beacon, sir? Thank you. Why isn't these hits working on my blind? That should have blinded him. Nice. The 45 is... See, there you go. You got a much bigger discount than I did. Yeah, I didn't help you any. Oh, I gotta go. I'm in trouble. Now, see if they don't push back. I'm trying to go over here, boss. What the hell are you shooting at? Yeah, that's what I wanted you to do. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I went and put my back up against the wall so nothing can flank me. Now, he's got his butt opened. Thank you. But yeah, dude, you're gonna miss good deals. You're gonna end up passing on women that you think it's life. We don't always get to hit the freaking perfect round. And sometimes it takes a lot of playing in order to figure out what a perfect round looks like. But yeah, dude, there's plenty of missed opportunities I've had, plenty of regrets, and that's what it comes down to. Yesterday I saw a comedian. She put out she does this one character. Oh, I'm toast with a sword. Oh, get him, please. And I'm botted. Oh no, dude. I messed up the tournament. I held off a little too long, and I got bumped out. But I was trying to do it where I like remained at like 13, and on the last couple hours I was gonna push it forward, because if you go right for number one right at the get go, you'll end up waking them up and saying, "Hey, these guys are serious. If I want this, I got to be serious too." And you could bring out some monsters. So I found, just like Duckon was saying, you know, don't bother the top 10 until the final day, but be ready to pounce on it. You know, have yourself set up, have yourself, ready for it. Then, and keep an eye on what they're doing. Don't let them get too far ahead. You should know what you can do in an hour, and if anything, take a screenshot of the tournament, play for an hour, standard games. Well, that's why you got to know what your potential is, and you have to know what their activity level is. So if you see that they are gaining on you, even if you're getting ahead, you got to change things up. You got to go for the kills and the damage versus the beacons and the heals. And this is what I was telling another streamer yesterday. He had Pathfinder and he's in a squad, and the squad's getting wiped. He's way down here getting 250 honor per game. And I'm like, dude, you just made 10 points. I like the idea that you're trying to help out your team, but at what sacrifice? You're costing yourself right out of the tournament. And I do that all the time. As you see, I just got number one. Granted, I lost, but I got number one. And just shy of 3,000 honor? It's like 25, 75, something like that. And I can even increase that further. Nice. Yeah, I haven't had much luck with the tournaments. I keep getting hackers. But yeah, if you go and rewind to the other day, yeah, they're okay. I saw two of them together. I believe Burr's squad was running with two yesterday, and theirs were actually pretty tanky. I was kind of shocked on that. What do I have? Well, here, let me play another Billy Badass, but I want to get a win on it. Somebody's saying something. Hey, and you. Okay. Full. It's 8:30 in the morning. Yeah. Hackers are really what's gonna get you. And they should really, really, really notice those things. They really should have caught on when the clans were doing the hokey pokey with their titans, noticing how, why aren't they monitoring? Hey, for some reason, these three players, which are 0.0003% of the population, are doing 200% better? Well, it's about the same here, sir. You happen to live on the eastern seaboard. Same as Adrian. Adrian's a East Coaster. Oh. Center, I thought I just collected it. Why is it showing that I have 128? But forward. 100%. Always keep this thing turning. I just got a couple mil. No. Oh. Photos. There you go. Level 58. Give me 2 mil. So even though it doesn't cost you anything, it's still paying you out silver. So if you're not using Workshop, what are you doing? Free silver. Oh yeah, dude. Game 1. I had a hacker going under the map. But you don't give up. You don't quit right there. You keep it going. We ended up winning that battle. See what happens. See if we get picked up by the squad. Let's check comms and see if they got it going there too. And I apologize for any language I do associate with people with sailor mouths. Nope, not on comms. All right. Navi. Oh, playing with Navi? Well, alright. See, I'm not even worried about the beacons right now. I know they're going to get them. I'm going to be behind. He's going to need help. RH. Alright. Well, you're going to notice, even though I'm fairly good as a player, I'm going to be bottom of the barrel when it comes to these guys. Oh yeah, I'm all about the 5 cap. Alright, but where is the baddie? I guess I'm not worried about him. That's what that's exactly how I play. I go right for the 5 cap. I want to push them off the board. But yeah. And that's my lot in life. To be the bootlicker. That's why I was going to change my name to I'm a Bottom. And it's not that I'm not playing. Oh, they had EXO too. EXO didn't do nothing. I don't think he's going to be tanking with that many cups. Probably saw us coming. It's like, nah, 2 navies and a... Got 1 slot. But these guys are not slouches, you know. These guys are high-end, freaking well-invested players. And they go team deathmatch, which I'm going to be absolutely no help in. Except for Bullet Shield. Yeah, I'm going to be cannon fodder in this. And I wanted to put on a freaking Billy Badass show and go open some data pads for y'all. Now I gotta play safe so I don't hold the team down. Oh, I thought it was something else. I'm looking at you, buddy. Oh, of course. My super jump ain't worth nothing. See, I'm just a hindrance to the team. I'm giving it up and I'm not taking anything back. So, that's where the major divide is between pay to win and free to play. Why the fuck? Anubis. Oh, I messed up. Nice. I really think it should have had a knockback feature. Couldn't like the Ochikochi. But I think that's how I got the Ochikochi on the map in the first place. I was bringing that up way back when. And I was like, we need a freaking Wow, if I was the reason for freaking ultimate robots, that would be crazy. And they're off doing their own thing. I don't even get my freaking. I'm only a detriment to that team, and they're not on comms. They're doing their own thing. Basically, I just can't hang with them. Oh no, that was absolute. I did terrible. I did absolutely horrible. But it's just play type mentality. You know, they've got the freaking UE stuff. They run into their spawn. And I get freaking stopped from getting any beacons. Of course not. And of course, he's shooting at me. I'm the weakest man on the team. I love it. Alright, let's get him. Come on, where's my beacon? Oh, I got one weapon left. Alright, guys. The big discount is on the weekend, sir. You should have it right now. They should have gave me a really big discount because I only had freaking 5 million silvers. Um, if you want, I can tell you how much gold should be. I did a price comparison earlier. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Guys, I could use y'all on the beacon. Let me divide their fire. For monthly premium, hold on, Pranjit. Don't buy that right away. They'll hit you another premium deal here shortly. You can go to the offers. Well, see, I did much more equal there. Why did it do that? That's just messed up. Took me out of one squad, and it wouldn't let me join the other. All right. Basically, here's the deal on when it comes to the premium. You can buy it instantly, and you get 10 days for $10. Okay, that's a 1-to-1 ratio. The worst deal possible. This one, 30 by 15. That's a 2-to-1 ratio. But you will see a $7 deal. It's 7 D-gems for 21 days. And one of the tricks, because they don't tell you like when they're going to expire and stuff like that, you actually have to open up the thing 2 times. It'll tell you how long you have on your VIP. And like Adrian said yeah, but hold off. Make sure you get your value. You know, the 21 days for 7 bones. That's the one I go for. All right, we got some new event stuff in here, which means new stuff, ha. But when it comes to resources and stuff, do the maths. You know, take a look at your tokens. See how much they're charging for you. Now, when I saw this $4 token, I figured they bumped me up a pay scale because my tokens are supposed to be 3, and that's a freebie 5er pad right there. So that deal right there, I would say is good. This deal also, it's this deal plus an additional pad. So that would be 5 total. Let's take a look what's inside of it. And I need what? How many weapons? 2 and 2. So Oh, I better look and read what kind they are. 2 small and 2 medium. So I need 5 and 6. 6 pads total. If I'm just absolutely... Wow. So at current I have 3. So if I bought those deals, I would have 6 pads. Alright, this one right here you want to get out of your hanger. This one right here, it's okay. You need more level on your weapons. But get rid of that condor. Put the Hastus in there instead. Don't go for multiple battle hangers. Multiple battle hangers is not for you, dude, unless you're gonna pay. If you're gonna pay, cool. But what you want to do with the multiple hangers, it's kind of like what I've done here. I'll go back to you here in a minute. This is my battle hanger. It's the only one with weapons other than these. These weapons I'm working on leveling up. And if you notice, Ford, I'm not using this one in battle at all because the weapons are not leveled enough to go into battle. If I swapped over to these weapons, instead of using these weapons right here, I would be leaving silver on the table. And I want to get as much silver as I can. So I try to put all my strongest weapons out and up front. But yeah, need to work this Velos. Get that into MK2. Let's go ahead and check that out. See how much that is. Velos is, with the 35% discount, is 1.3. Well, where am I on videos? Alright, let me pull really funky stuff here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this thing just like this, so y'all are able to see that for the view. I'm going to plug in my phone. As you can see, it's on a charger. I will not be talking verbally with you now. We're just going to look at this robot, and I'm actually opening the game with a secondary device. Yeah. Alright, so I'm opening the game right now on my backup device. And as long as I don't do anything, that should... I agree. And that's what I look at, granted. I look at how many, if I got the very worst case, it's going to take me how many of what to do it. And normally what I had found, I did take my phone off the charge to bring this, so I can just keep talking at you instead of typing at y'all. But what I had found is you're looking at like a 20-to-1 ratio. So if you're chasing a whatever, oh no. No! Alright, guys. Oh, that's why I'm being invited. See, the only reason I'm doing this right here, and I apologize, y'all are stuck looking at that. I'm here with you. But the way I see it printed is if, like, the blue silver is going to give you like a 20-to-1 ratio where you have to buy 20 of them, aka, 500 times 20 equals 10K. If they're going to do that to you, look at the price. How much is 20 of the blue ones cost versus one of the gold ones, which is an instant thing? And I found it was much safer to. Ooh, I should have been in your hangar. That might have worked. Come on. I would like to get my ads, please. Yes, I have a rooster in my backyard. It was my other neighbors, but they got out during a hurricane, and then other neighbor was like, there's roosters living in other neighbor's bush. Let me collect them. And roosters are not supposed to be allowed in the, you know, chickens are cool. You're allowed to have chickens, but it's those roosters are not supposed to be, not in a residential like here. I'm kind of like living in the suburbs. I could. I was actually, dude, I was talking to Vulture. I actually want to have like the problem is, man, shipping. It's like they say it takes $10,000 per pound to get something into space. Me sending you a rooster, which is not really great eating, they're more gamey. That's why they fatten up chickens. You don't really want the rooster, dude. It's I don't believe it tastes the same. You can get away with it, when you're hungry, But I like the idea about being self-sufficient. So I wanted to set my house up to. All right, here's what happened. I was driving around on my 1998 Ford F-150, which was the last year of the big boys, and it had a bad tag for about a year. And they finally caught me, but at that point I was doing lawn maintenance, pushing lawnmowers and stuff because I had gotten blacklisted by a day labor, and they let me show up with my truck every day, first person in the door at freaking 5 o'clock in the morning, and the last person out the door at freaking noon 30, and didn't let me work for over a month. So at that point, I went and had business cards made up and started making, well, no, I started knocking on doors and basically started mowing people's yards and doing tree work, which I already had experience in. I didn't have the professional equipment, but, I had decent equipment. And I knew the job quite well. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sorry, ads are playing. Well, I'm driving around the truck doing yard service, and the only reason I ever took my truck out of my enclosed neighborhood was for work or to go get cigarettes or whatever. And yeah, one day they got me, man. They ended up pulling me, took away my license plate and everything. And I'm just caught in like the poor man's trap where you don't quite make enough to invest to get ahead. You can barely cover what you need to handle, if that. And that's where I'm at currently. I've got 7 pawns in. One of my pawns I pawned, well, the one I paid interest on yesterday, has been in for 8 months. It was a $50 pawn, and I have now paid over $150 on that one $50 pawn. And I've got 7 pawns just like that. So all I'm doing right now is working to call my stuff mine and not even have it. So I'm really thinking about just washing my hands of it and saying, look, I'm paying for these things several times over. It's not making any sense to buy a ladder or a compressor or a chainsaw. It doesn't make any sense to repeatedly purchase it. Why am I not getting my videos? Screw it. We're going back to the main. Close. Come back. Flip it. I've never had rooster tacos either. But it's also really hard to find a hen's tooth. Alright, so this I need to close so it doesn't counteract that. Alright. This is what I'm working on. If you notice, the time went down quite a bit. If you're looking at a gold to video ratio, as you can see, 8 hours left, 127 gold. That's 60 per 4-hour block. So these videos, when it gets down to the low time on the clock, these are the high value videos. But let's see. I'm going to go and clear off some stuff. Oh, let's use this. This will tell me a little bit better, quicker. Alright. Got 3 here. 3 total Strix. Vector, I've got none. Nasker, I've got 1. Amit, I've got 1 of each. Got 1 of each. 1 regular. Got 2 regular. 3. I'm just looking for things I can sell off. 5 TAF. Alright, so we can sell off a TAF. So, TAF to 1, but you're in hanger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, TAF. No, I'm going to go to you. Alright, so TAF. Let's go ahead and change you out with Mr. Strix down here. Alright, it's not there. He's right in the middle of these gold guys, right in front of typing. Alright, so Strix. Change. Let's go ahead and do that a couple different times. Let's go ahead and move the Nuo. And we're going to move that Hastus. And that will put the Nuo, the Hastus, and oh, I got an Amit to move here too. And that will get it out of the low section and up into the high section. And then, as you can see, my warrior typings will be back together again. Alright, now I've left 1 TAF on it, but I can pop him to sell him. Yeah, why not? And I am going to I do have a video available. They're not gonna. If they copyright me, they copyright me. I'm apologizing for the ads, guys. Guys, did something happen? That wasn't. Was that a good idea to upgrade them? Upgrade them who? Hey, Lobo. Oh, man. Okay, my chat just came back to life. Can you capture it for me? I have it to dinner, duck, Lobo. Never had rooster tacos. Upgrade what? You gotta upgrade your stuff if you're gonna use it, man. Huh? 69 gold for 4 hours and 5 minutes. So yeah, these final videos are worth 60 gold a pop. That's why I suggest that when you get these bonus ones, you go ahead and do that. You know, it's getting you ahead of the game a little bit. But I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna pop it loose because I want to upgrade this to MK2. May as well get there while we can, right? Or do I go to flames here? Ooh, I can do the same thing with Kelvin. How much is you, Mr. Fahrenheit? I are 8 mil. I'm going to go with the Velios first. Get him to MK2. And see, Ford, you got yourself a... Yeah. Well, as far as my leveling goes, I'll take, during a non-discount, up to level 6 standard. Until I have a full set, I'll leave them locked at like MK2 1, and that's where I'm shooting myself in the foot because I'm leveling things that I'm not using. But if I have no discount on or anything like that, I'll slip down here and I'll go for the lowest thing. I'm in light weapons, and I think my lowest weapon to upgrade is actually like in the millions. But I've gone through and I'm like working on like as I said, Duck, I'm working on building my own personal BR. So I'm getting like 4 incidences of each weapon, and I'm actually expanding that now that we have, you know, 5 items, like for the Ravager. So I'm going for 6 of the light, 5 of the heavy, and now 5 of the medium. But by working it from the bottom up, now my cheapest upgrade is near 3 mil if I have no discount. But once again, I'm using these Vortex. Didn't pop, it was Husser. Okay, I just got this built today, so I'll go for the 4 of a kind, and all the additional ones I'll just leave at level 1 just in case I get itchy on a DOM leaderboard or a TDM leaderboard for the upgrades. And I just know you have to have, what, 120 different weapons. And if you grind it out, you can do it. But I would much rather grind it out than come off the gold. But that's me. That's me. It's just, you know, a little bit more effort, but a little bit more savings. Alright, well, let me get a good battle in. They're asking for me or something in squad chat or clan chat, and I'm like, dude, y'all don't understand. I freaking play with y'all, and now I'm making less silver, I'm getting less honor, we're getting the victories, but I can get the victories by myself if I want. I pop in a freaking Skyros and get victories all day long. Yes, playing no sounds. Lock him down. No, you need to stay right there, buddy. Y'all gotta go. My beacon. But see how different this game is going than the other game? No, I said it was my beacon. My beacon. No, they're gonna kill me. Oh, whoa. Time to go for safety. Oh, not a safe place. I'm gonna die here, but keep them off the beacon. Where'd you go? There's nothing over there. Get over him. Get behind him. Drop onto the beacon. Get into cover. On the beacon. Mess him up. No popo, Doc. No popo. Definitely no popo. You know, I'm not even looking. I'm reading that. I'm just walking and rocking left and right. You see it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, okay. Network buffing. Oh, it's because I'm sitting outside. You die. Hmm. I should have probably put my Titan in. They're done. Get some Titan damage. You're gonna get messed up, Mr. Minos, because you're not watching your right. Yup. Exactly, dude. Ford, what are you talking about, man? And see, I did pretty okay during that, but look at my beacons. 8 beacons. I don't know how J.R. Cup got it. He ain't even got a clan. What are you, buddy? Oh, Brazil. Ah. Okay. This guy right here, you can tell he's playing the tournament. Now we're going to look at his stats. Well, that's not too bad. That looks legit. That looks legit. That Ares does not look legit, and neither does that Spectre. Damn it. Yeah, major difference in... He's got one full hanger of ultimate. 2 full hanger ultimate, almost 3 hangers of ultimate. He's got 2 out of the freaking Titans ultimate too. Yeah, he's freaking. I don't know. I'm impressed. I am impressed. All right, let's see what we're gonna get. All right, what do I need to open anyway? All right, so not store leaderboard. So we got red data, red data silver. All right, these are 200 a pop. I've got 300, so let's get 4 of those. Okay. Normally I like even doing a better, and then I'll tap it right here. Okay, Bailey's is good. Right when it's telling me the thing. No, I need to. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm doing the wrong pad anyway. All right, so let's go here. See if I got anything. Nothing. All right. Let me play one more battle real quick, like. Welcome back, Miss Queen. How was the birthday party? Did you get to swing at a piñata? Those things are fun. Play a little pin the tail on the donkey. What did you enjoy most about that little family event you had yesterday, Miss Queen? And I do apologize for the lack of sounds. I probably should have brought that out here with me because I'm chain smoking. And it's 9:25. I'm gonna do a quick peruse on the internet. Crush is streaming. Red Pop, he's good. Alright. We need to get them off of that. Come on, buddy, where are you? I could use your assistance. Oh yeah, you just want to steal the kill. Thank you. Nice. All right. Does he have a link set up where we can get a link posted into this chat room and everybody migrate when he goes live? But I don't want to migrate too quick. We've had that issue before too. So if we get on over and they're not ready yet. But that's odd because if G-Man's going on and then Adrian's going on at 10, which is half an hour from now, what? Everybody's going to get 30 minutes? I'm pretty sure I had you locked in, buddy. Yeah, I know where the cool places are. Wow! That reflector just ate me up. And there's no way I just got 30% healing off of that. The drone's bugged. Tony's on? Alright, hold on. I'm not seeing anybody on but G-Tech. Alright, let me double check. Don't take the link yet. I'm loading it in right now. Because that could be a upcoming stream. I can't tell if it's loading or not. Are they live? If they're live, yeah, let's rotate over to Tony. Show him some loves. I'll do the friggin' things later. I'll do the pads when I've got a nice little win streak going. All right, cool. Thank you, Lobo, for posting that link. I'm on my way in right now as soon as my phone loads up, and I will be sending it over to Tony. Thank you very much, everybody who has shown up to give me a little love. I'm glad we had a little gathering point. Y'all be good at it, and he left. What do you mean he left? Talk to me, Goose. See, I've got a loading wheel, and I don't know if that's because I've just got a bad connection out here. I've got 3 phones in my lap right now, and I'm sitting outside. Can't do that with a computer. Oh, this ain't good. He just closed shop. That's crazy. Alright, so me trying to load it up ain't really helpful. Where's the team at? Alright, that was not good. Alright, hold on. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, he was probably trying to set up something else. I got Danny Lightning. Danny Lightning's no, he's at 10 a.m. I'm thinking it's 10 a.m. The one Adrian posted. Alright, I popped on my subscription. I'm looking through the balls. And And I'm not seeing anyone on. I thought I saw Crash Official on. No, I got G-Tech, and that's it. Only G-Tech. I watched one match and he closed. Yeah, but why is he streaming it? That don't make no sense. Alright, well, let me come back to this one. My channel. Videos. Let's get this party started. Alright. I guess I will go back in-house. I don't need to sit out here and have cigarettes all day. That won't be productive. But you see now why I said, hey, let's make sure it's a solid foundation before we jump off. Because, you know, all in all I'm trying to do is have a place for us to hang until they get ready to go. We're the freaking waiting room. That's why I've titled it just as I have. It's let's get it started. Because I want to get it going. I don't know what they got going. They're probably going to... Oh, and you might want to have your redeem thing set up and handy. Because they will probably have a redeem code during this. And if it's only 200 with like 20,000 people watching... Whew, that's going to be harsh. So, let me post that to y'all real quick. So y'all can get this saved up and whatnot. Alright. I last told Sick Puppy about... Okay, Queen Bee just sent me something. Queen, I'll check that here in a minute. Alright, so this right here. Copy link. Okay. Go to YouTube. Alright. Here is the Redeem website. If y'all, yeah, Crash was live very shortly. I'm thinking during this little event that they're promote. I'm thinking all the streamers are going to be there together, dude. Because if it's all the streamers at once and we have to pick our favorite, that is so the opposite of unity. And if that's the case, I'm gonna have to question them, because I am really, really wanting to see unity come out of this. Yeah, it's YouTuber show match, but I don't know what that is about. Alright, so Predator apparently is not involved because he just put a regular. Alright. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna assume that if they do like a live event with War Robot devs and the big YouTubers, I could see them dropping a redeem code on us. So be ready and handy with that thing. In fact, my bones are going to copy that thing into my own stuff. So I can have that available if necessary. Alright, that got copied over. Queen, if they won't abide, they'll have to see that we took over and showed them how it's done. That's all I gotta say. You know? I honestly believe that the whole unity thing was my idea, but I also have that little messiah complex on quite a few things. I'm talking from little big robots to the Ochi Kochi to A lot of things, because I originally brought up how the old school Rhino needed a pushback feature, and this is pre Ochikochi. They gave us Ochikochi with a pushback feature, and now Rhino's getting a pushback feature. All right, but I'm thinking the best thing we can do is to hop up over with Adrian. Adrian's going to be on point when it comes to being there when he says he is. He knows he's got this thing all wrapped. So I am going to look for my channel. I'm going to post your Adrian's. Gee, man, he must have network issues. Well, I don't know about him being late. I think it may have been like a misclick, kind of like Tony, where instead of setting up prior like a waiting room like Adrian's waiting room right here, which I'm about to close this stream because there's only 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left to hop over into that. In fact, I don't get it because they're saying there's 20 minutes left till the top of the hour. But yeah, I'm going to be shutting down. I'm going to go over to Adrian's because his was the first one I saw on. And help me reach 300 likes. Do you remember? I don't care about any of that shit. That closed poll. I hate polls. But yeah. I'm gonna shut this down. It says we got 20 minutes. No, 20 minutes is a long time. G-Man, he just put out a video. All right. Let me get G-Man's link for you. Copy link. Oh, remember my name. All right, guys. We got G-Man in the house. Y'all be good. I'm gonna send it out, and I will see y'all shortly. Cancel. I'm not trying to report anybody. I'm trying to close the dang poll. All right. This stream is down. G-Man is live, and yeah, y'all be good. Thank you very much for all your help and support and all that. I'm kind of glad this timed out and worked out right. Much love to y'all. Peace, guys.